My name is Tiffany Madison. This is my case number 4, and I picked the Parkland Shooter, Nicholas Cruz. I'm going to go over organization, mission, and the general purpose of this case, and I will go into a little bit more depth of why I picked this story and what it meant to me, especially when I was looking over it and going through all the necessary methods of organization, mission, and so forth. Um, I want to say the organization, I felt as if it was the Parkland survivors and family members of the Stoneman Douglas High School. Um, the mission for me is to stop the fame from Nicholas Cruz. The general purpose is to request and demand all social media outlets to halt and cease of any stories that promotes Nicholas Cruz, as well as Nicholas Cruz fame to his fans. As crazy as that might sound, he has fans. He honestly has fans, and if we continue to repeat this cycle of showing them what in depth of what he did, he's gonna create even more fans. Um, what I want to say right at this point is the reason why I picked this story is not only is because it's being promoted almost every day. Today's date is March the 29th, 2018, and this happened February the 14th, 2018. We still see breaking news or different things like that on CNN, on Fox, on whatever you click your news to. If it's just family, friends, I tried to warn the cops about Cruz, or Parkland school shooter surveillance shows resource officer responds, or new Parkland shooter 911 call release. They're all bleeding. No family or survivor wants to continue to relive that over and over in their time of bereavement. If you're moaning, moaning a death, or just moaning that you were in that situation, or you was even connected to that situation and you lived to tell the story, that's pretty difficult. And for news to continue to blast Nicholas Cruz and his fans, it's kind of derailing the family. Um, I want to go over the influencers and the target audience. I would say the influencers will be the families, the community leaders. When I say community leaders, I mean like Angela Rise and Reverend Shopton and all these people that are pro. We need to make sure that our children are safe, as well as our teachers are safe, and school shootings are a no-no. People from Sandy Hook's case come and speak and show leadership, as well as the media. The media has a huge impact. Everybody watches the television, so if I flip on the television and I see the news saying one thing, I'm going to be influenced because the story is so juicy, or is getting more publicity than it should. The target audience, once again, will be the community, because the community watches, as well as the media platforms and outlets, because they are publishing it and they're dishing it out, and so many of those people are also watching it as well. The basic information that we have is Nicholas Cruz is a former student at Stoneman Douglas High School who decided February the 14th, 2018 to go into this school and shoot and kill 17 people. Since this nightmare and this tragedy has came upon Parkland, every single day, if not every single day, every other day, it's been highlighted. Something new, something different about this case, meaning that these families have to relive that tragedy, not once, not twice, but over and over again. What family wants to do this? I'm not totally sure, but it's being put out there every single day. Now, to take action and what we can do, especially with communication, what we can do is connect with those leaders of those communities and the media and do a roundtable. With this roundtable, you'll also give out research information on how the survivors and the families feel about watching the news every day, or if they even watch the news on a daily basis. on a daily basis, and retrieve all that information and see your percentage of if they do watch TV often, and how much of that content is about that particular incident that rubs them the wrong way, or make it basically ripping a bandage off of a wound. Once we get that information, we want to target it. And how we targeted that is giving that information to news outlet and say, do you really want to continue to hurt these families over and over again by publishing this? I know that some of the journalists, they only are doing what they're told, but what we'll do, we'll also sign a petition saying, hey, this many families of the Parkland survivors, as well as their family members, will request for you to halt, cease all that positive influence that you are giving Nicholas Cruz fans satisfaction of this tragedy. We want to stop glorifying it, and we want to just go ahead and nip it in the bud of he is in prison right now, or jail, and he doesn't have a bond. Yes, we're satisfied with that information, and we want to continue to update these people about that information, but we don't want to continue to update them of something new that possibly could have changed the outcome, because it's done now. What we can do now is to try to prevent it from happening to any other schools, prevent it to happen in any other states. And how we do that is talking, being transparent, especially with the community. We have to realize that the community is taking this information that we are giving them and soaking it in. As well as once they soak it in, the outcome from that we never know. We don't know if we give this information, if this person is going to react to it positive or negative until it's already done. So what we need to do, we need to reflect on what we give our community and our viewers and our audience, so they can take it and make it become a positive outcome. If you just want to support those children that says enough is enough, we don't want guns, we want gun reform change, we stand behind them. We don't stand behind how Nicholas Cruz has over thousands of fans, and how people are sending him money. We don't want to hear that information. We want to hear the updates and the positive on gun reform, and we want to hear news about how those families are actually getting over the tragedy. We don't want to hear any more negative outcomes with that. Now, what the challenge would be for me, I would think, will the media halt with the fame of Nicholas Cruz? Will they halt from it? And that's pretty difficult, because if they don't halt from it, our mission is non and void. But if they do halt and they understand the research and how these families feel about this devastating tragedy, continue to replay and over again, not only in their heads but on the news, and then other people are getting this information and bringing it to them, and everybody's replaying it over and over again. It's like a nightmare, hunting a child once they go to sleep. You don't want to continue to hurt that childhood's life or dreams at that matter. So instead of advertising all Nicholas Cruz's fan base, let's try to get behind those that are trying to reform government. And that's why I picked this case, because I'm really close with government as well as education. And guns are not the place to be when it comes to education. Thank you so much.